You got it. You got to live up
Exactly.
to it, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Jesus. Oh man. So I think we could probably just jump right into the beer reviews if you guys are up for it.
Sure.
Who wants to
Why
go
not? We're
first?
thirsty.
But wait. Hold on. I wanna change something up, right? So going forward, and let me know what you guys think about this, in chat as well. Going forward, I want you guys to give us a star rating.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Kind of like what you have on Untapped, right? You know, you have this beer. You know, you like it. You know, we can give it 1 to 5 stars. I don't know if we want to do like the quarter stars or half stars. Maybe let's try out stars, 5 stars for now, and if we can
Yeah,
evolve,
round numbers, please.
we can
I just
evolve
had a
into it.
statistics test today. I don't need any decimals or anything like
No
that.
decimals at all. No, well, there you go. No decimals. All right. Is there a command for? No, Drew. You know, I really should do that. Probably a good idea. Is there a command? I got to do that. I just I gotta follow up on these things. So, oh wait, you want to see something really cool? Cape May Brewing Company. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're here.
It's just
Here.
it. Good
Yeah.
design, bro.
Small town,
Sammy,
big brews.
thank you for the host. I do appreciate it. I'm sure Steve will like all beers. I don't know why. Well, it depends on the Steve you're talking about. I'm sure both of them are gonna like all beers.
I'm not too picky.
That's pretty fun. All right, so who wants to go first? Remember, guys, at the end of your rating, at the end of your thing here, you're gonna have to give a rating on what you think of the beer.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? I'll let someone go first.
Well, I think the last
I'll go first.
Fight Club is if this is your first fight, you have to go or something.
No, not really. But I mean, we're not gonna go find you and beat the crap out of you.
No.
That'd be horrible.
No, Drew wants to go.
Ranger,
Yeah, go first.
thank you for the host, man. Appreciate it. All right, Roger, you're up. You are lucky number 4.
Hey.
I really should go out and get a lotto ticket.
Good
Actually,
example.
Yeah.
$400 million. Jeez, someone in the U.S. is gonna win.
Jesus.
Die Toaster, thank you for the host, sir. Appreciate it.
Let me hold up.
And you know,
Boom.
I'm actually quite
There it is.
excited about the label on this thing, and because I think Toaster would really like this. So the label.
This one's pretty sweet too. All right, I'm doing Ballast Point's Red Velvet. Ballast Point Red Velvet. That's the label. It's like a weird shrink wrap sort of label around the bottle. Pretty nifty. Bunch of skeletons eating cake, you know.
That is epic.
Yes. Very as they say, metal.
Very metal. Like I said, I thought it'd be right up Die Toaster's alley right there. That'd be perfect.
Now, this beer is sort of interesting to me. I had this idea to brew this beer as in a homebrew stream. This beer is sort of based off a Red Velvet Cake. It's a golden oatmeal stout that's brewed with beets, chocolate, and natural flavors added. But being a golden stout, sort of a lighter beer, opposed to your black opaque stout. With oatmeal, so it's sort of thicker in texture, as well as with beets. So there's no real. So the only color you get instead of that dark, rich, stout sort of color, you'll get a deep red. So I hope. Chocolate added probably later on in the brew session, so you get the chocolate notes. And then I don't know if the added flavors might be. That should be interesting. But mind the dirty glass. And it's red. Good. I was hoping it was, because if it wasn't, it'd be a huge
Oh
letdown.
wow, that is super red.
It is very red. It's like sort of a cherry lambic red. The
But
smell?
that's considered a stout.
Yep, this is a golden stout.
Wow.
A golden oatmeal stout. Whatever that means. I don't think it's part of a real guideline, but we'll go with it. The smell? No hop character at all. Very sweet. A little bit of chocolate in there. It's like what's that smell? Familiar. I'm drinking it anyways. It smells like a Tootsie Roll. not like a real chocolate smell, but
Okay.
sort of that very sort of that weird taffy kind of fake chocolate smell. Hmm. It's a also a nitro beer, sort of nitrogen, so the carbonation is going to be a little lower,
Mm.
and sort of that's also going to add to the sort of texture and mouthfeel of the beer. It's not going to be very effervescent. It's going to be sort of creamier, kind of like your Guinness would be.
Okay.
But the yeah, the texture is that sort of is very thick, surprisingly too, being so clear and sort of red. It feels like you're drinking a stout with the oatmeal and the nitrogen. It tastes like you're drinking a stout. It tastes like you're drinking a like a milk stout, a very sweet stout. Um, Chocolate note isn't very up there. It's more vanilla flavor than chocolate, which I find interesting.
Hmm.
It's a good beer. It's a good sweet stout. But but I'm trying to find that flavor. I have no hop character at all. A little bit of bitterness at the end. No sort of like real distinct hop flavor. Like I can't tell. It's like, oh, it's Fuggles or what kind of hop it is.
Right.
It's there though. That's some kind of contrast, which is nice because otherwise it'll be extremely sweet. It's all right. Scoring wise, I would go maybe around a 3,
Okay.
maybe closer even to a 2, maybe because I think they could add a little bit more chocolate, a little bit more carbonation too. Because after a while, now that's I sort of use a dirty glass too, so I sort of kill all the carbonation out right off the bat. It's a little flat now, not much of a head to it, and with no carbonation, the beer is very thick with that oatmeal and the nitrogen in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, they could add a little bit more chocolate to it. But besides that, it's thick, which I imagine was what they want it to be. Carbonation could be a little more. The aroma is all right. It's very much of a, like your stout. I don't get a very like rich rain smell at all. But what else is supposed to be in here? It's 5%, so alcohol sort of is noticeable in comparison. Well, I got a 6-pack of it. I'll probably finish it. Will I drink it? Will I go out and buy it again? Probably not. Um, Unless this might be, I got to see the date on the package, but maybe this could be a older beer as well that could have sort of lost some of its flavor.
Now, is it a seasonal? I'm not. Because I thought.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a seasonal, but I don't see it listed anywhere as a
Hold
seasonal.
on. Let me see. I might actually have this up already in Brewers Apprentice, but it's a rotating. Yeah, so maybe it
Okay.
is seasonal. That's what it
Yeah.
says. Kind of. Yeah.
I imagine it's not sort of around the sort of Valentine's Day kind of thing. That's my kind of guess. Something cute, chocolate and red.
Right. The beer you can love.
Yes. Oh. But now that it's warming up, the hops are shining through too, which is a little off-putting. You get more of a vegetal flavor coming through, sort of
really?
this sort of sweet cake sort of thing. So it's a good beer off the bat. Probably good beer off the tap too. So you get more of the that cascading nitrogen that you get in your traditional stouts.
Right.
But sort of pouring into a dirty glass, which will kill your carbonation, not recommended. But I'll still probably stick with a 3. Good beer, okay beer. Not what I expected. Could be a little better, but enjoyable overall.
All right. So the question is, we were talking on. You mentioned you were probably going to brew something like this.
Yes.
So
And I probably still will.
probably still will.
Yeah.
Okay. But what would you change?
Um. I would keep the. I don't know what the grain bill is, but it seems like you could add a little more to it. It feels kind of thin.
Okay.
Like I get the texture. Oh, it's thick in texture, but sort of thin in flavor. I don't get a whole lot of sort of any distinguishable grain flavor, I would add something like a biscuit malt. So you just, like sort of is what's intended. It's a sweeter malt. It's sort of biscuity in flavor, so you get more bread flavor. Just so it sort of punches you a little more that it's a beer. It's an actual beer. Because
Okay.
this can be sort of, you lose that in the chocolate, the weird that sweetness I get in here.
But would it make it more not meaty, but you know what I mean? Just like
Yeah, I'll add something more to it. I don't know. Because all I'm getting is sort of the finish. I get nothing in the front. I don't get that typical beer grain, that bready, that sort of almost. I don't even get much of a caramel flavor, which I think would be sort of nice if it was added to it, just to add some kind of complexity.
Okay.
Because all I'm getting is a vanilla, a chocolate, and I don't get any sort of beet flavor. Thank God, in which I shouldn't either. Most beet beers I've had sort of doesn't really come off very vegetal. But I would add sort of a biscuit malt just to sort of punch in a little more of that sort of bread flavor.
Okay.
Add a little more chocolate at the end. The color's fine, so I wouldn't change how much they put the beets in. And the way they probably did that is they grated beets and then put it in the mash with a higher enzyme malt to convert the sugars from the beets.
So they did add beets to that. That's interesting.
Yep. It says beets, not beet sugar, so I imagine it's full on beets.
Hey, Broccoli, how are you?
Magic Hat also did the same thing. They also used beets post beet sugar in their Wacko.
Oh, I think I may have had that.
They made a cream ale. And a cream ale needs to be a 1/3 adjunct, so I imagine they used beets as the adjunct in that beer. But on a full review, 3 could use a little more chocolate, something else in the sort of grain bill.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, and I saw the label and I thought to myself, how would that taste? But it doesn't taste like a cake, I guess, right?
No.
It doesn't.
Well, thank God for that, because it'd be very much like, what the hell am I drinking?
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of misleading if you add beets and you call it a red velvet cake.
Yeah, right.
They probably could have copied something from maybe Tired Hands or something,
Yeah.
with their milkshakes. Or last week or a couple weeks ago, they had like a blueberry pancake milkshake IPA. Which
Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So,
Wow.
yeah, very, creative is one way of putting it. But yeah, they put, red velvet and they call it, they add beets to it. Yeah. So
I like cake.
Yeah. I just like cake. Yeah.
I like
beers
mine.
like this.
Apple
Beers like this,
pie.
I like to think of it to be more. I like to hope it to be more beer first, and then that weird flavor next.
Right.
Like Rogue Brewery, they made their bacon maple beer,
Yeah.
which was not beer first. It was very much caramelized bacon bits, and then it was carbonated. That's what it tastes like to me. It should have been.
Didn't you drink that on here? Isn't that one of the ones you reviewed?
No, I review.
Okay.
I've brought that up plenty of times when I've been on this.
Gotcha.
Though.
All right.
As a crazy
sounded
dude.
familiar. I was like, wait a minute. That would be.
I bring it up all the time.
All right, so that's a 3-star for Red Velvet.
It is a 3-star for me.
All right.
Sounds like a shower beer to me.
Shower beer. Oh, please.
There's a drain there.
Do not get me started on goddamn shower beer. Seriously.
I said the S word.
You did. Anyway. All right, so Swig, Steve, which one do you want to go first? Next.
Let Swig go first.
All right, Swig, you're up.
I'll take the floor. All right, so I got a treat for you guys.
Shit. Hold on.
Hold on.
There we go. All right, we're there.
We're there?
Yeah. Well,
We're getting
technical
there?
button problem there. There you go.
Can't have this. So, we got a trick for you guys. I'm sure you'll recognize this one.
From Trillium.
Okay? Yeah. Got this from a Mule. My good friend Pete Cooper of Beer Nerds. He goes up to work in Canada, so he just brings back a whole bunch of beers from New England. So, got like a mixed 4-pack of a couple of them, and so this is my first beer talk show. Got to pick a good beer to to break it in. So
That's true.
I hope
We're
so.
gonna crack it open here.
And we're actually going up to Boston for PAX East in like 2 weeks. So.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
That's right.
So yeah, this is double dry hop Melter Street India Pale Ale. Chileans known for their IPAs or double dry hop stuff. They're very sought after. A lot of people want to trade for them and whatnot. So yeah, I'm into those. Talk about hard to find beers, but it just really wanted to try them. So I'm gonna drink it out of the can first. Yeah, because it's really carbonated. But obviously it's a New England IPA, so it's very citrusy. But an ode to the Ballast Point one. I'm gonna put it in a Ballast Point tulip glass here.
There you go.
All right, so that will get a nice little pour here. We'll pour just a little bit so we can get some of the aroma.
I really hope there isn't a line out there when we go. It's literally right around the in the back corner of my hotel in PAX. So I just walk down the street. Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Walk out the door of the hotel. Oh, it's a line right here. Sweet.
So yeah, this is just what you want out of a New England IPA. It's cloudy, super cloudy, and this is what Trillium's all about. We'll give it a nose here. Now, who else is in here? Not Steve, but Drew.
Yeah.
Drew. So you can probably chime in on what double dry hopping is, because I know dry hopping is when you add hops to the fermenter either during primary or secondary fermentation.
Sure.
But you can probably elaborate on what the purpose of dry hopping does to the beer. But from my what I got in front of me, it's probably more of an aromatic effect than it really is a taste. So
Yeah.
this is
Dry hopping usually comes in later in the process after you sort of do the first 2 weeks of fermentation. When the fermentation sort of dying down, you move into a new fermenter on top of hops, where the fresh lupulin within the hops will sort of, are alcohol soluble, will sort of go into that sort of that point of the beer, and sort of from brew day to closer you are to serving in the tap, closer you'll get to the aroma. So.
Right. Yeah.
So if it's double dry hopped, it's either hopped with double the amount of hops, or was dry hopped once, then decanted off, and then on a new pile of hops, just to get that extra punch in the nose.
Right. So it is double dry hopped. I think it's got Mosaic and Columbus. So I'm pretty sure it's double dry hopped with both of those. Try to come out with some notes in the aroma. You got your typical grapefruit, especially from the Mosaic. Mosaic is a huge grapefruit hop. Same with the Columbus, or Columbus is more like a piney. I think Columbus is more towards like the high alpha side of hops.
Absolutely. Columbus more your pine pitch kind of smell.
This is what Trillium does really well. It's super smooth. It's so balanced. There's nothing is really overpowering. It's just really, nice clear malt. It's not too malty. It's not like there's no breadiness or greeniness to it. It's almost just like regular, like water. It's not watered down. That's not what I'm saying, but it's kind of that effect that you get from like Hill Farmstead. Like when I first had Hill Farmstead, it was like one of the first like hard to find New England beers. And the water that's just in it is just so pure and it's just so smooth. And this is basically what this is like. And citrus, huge citrus. A little bit of pine at the end. And you always have like that pine or resiny hops, on the aftertaste, but it's not too intense. This is just really smooth, really drinkable. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of people are looking for this beer. So with that being said, so we're doing a star rating. I mean, give this a 6 out of 5. I mean, this is this is really good. I mean, this is really good. I mean, I don't know if you go that far out of your way to have someone literally mule this stuff to wherever, and you go meet up with them, like in a Walmart parking lot. And
I like that you're relating it to like drug mules, from across the border,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a fine line
That's
between drug mules and
way.
craft beer mules. There's I mean, Tired Hands is maybe like 45 minutes away. They do stuff like this, but what I think what I like about Trillium is that they keep it very plain. They don't do a blueberry milkshake IPA or something like that. Basically, from what I've seen with all their beers, they like to experiment, but they just keep it very plain. They're
very traditional.
Very traditional. And so yeah, I mean, would I have this beer again? Totally. This is a good beer, but it's a good treat. It's definitely a good treat. So yeah, that's it. Here, I'll throw the rest of the stuff in there.
Now
I see it's a cloudy beer.
Yeah.
Is there like can you see like floating bits of hops, or is that all it sort of looks like yeast? You'll sort of see on the bottom of that glass.
Not too much.
Okay.
This is only like a month old. Let me see what the
Okay, so it's probably
actually
yeast.
hold on, there's a message on here usually.
Don't put that beer on your keyboard.
Don't
done that.
Don't drop the beer.
No. All right, so it was canned January 23rd of this year.
Okay.
So it's still pretty fresh.
That's pretty fresh.
Yeah. And I think the message on it is it says Wild Will. So kind of maybe like a play on words of Wild Bill. Yeah, I don't know. But
I'd include like the name of the bottler. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, probably.
That would be pretty cool.
But yeah, all right. So it's 7.2% alcohol. Usually it's in a pint can. What else does it say on here? Now a lot of their IPAs are named after streets in and around Canton, or I'm pretty sure it's either Canton. I think they have a place in Boston now, but I think basically their home base is in Canton. So they have like Melter Street, Congress Street. So I think the first one I had was Secret Stairs, and they literally took a picture of stairs in Canton and put that on their label. So yeah, they keep to their hometown roots. It's just a very nice laid out bottle. It's like this matte white finish with their Trillium label here. I don't know I guess Trillium is a flower because that's what their logo is. But I'm guessing Melcher Street is also this road right here that kind of goes across a river.
Yep.
Right here.
Gotcha.
So, like that middle one. So. So yeah, but yeah, I guess this is kind of like the hired hands of Boston or whatever, but they keep it very traditional. So yeah, very hard to find stuff, and I guess it's Whale Wednesday, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, the only other Tired Hands we've ever reviewed here is my brother Scott brought a can back from when he was in Boston last. And I think I'm looking at the Nelson Dry Hopped Fort Point. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was dry hopped with Amarillo?
I'd have to look that up. I don't have that on here.
Because I knew they had, each one they do a special dry hop with a
really?
particular hop.
Let's kick out.
Remember, he did a review on a certain hop, and he looked it up, and it was a different hop. So they changed it every so often. But that brewery's great.
Cool.
When you go inside, you walk inside, and it's basically you're in a bar, and it's shoulder to shoulder. It's basically it's all you walk up to a bar, guy asks you, how many flats of beer do you want, because people are just there getting growlers or flats,
Yeah.
full, like 20 something cans. But it's basically the size of shoulder to shoulder, long bar. Behind it is a glass wall with oak barrels, which they're starting an oak program.
Mm.
So they'll be breaking away from doing some IPAs and doing more oaky aged beers, which would be interesting.
No, is that at the Boston location, like
Yep.
the downtown?
Yep. Yeah.
Like I said, it's like I walk out of the hotel, I go around the corner, and Trillium's right there. So I'm gonna have to make sure that when we go up, I'm gonna be making sure I have enough room for like several flats of beer to bring back. Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. I'll have to share some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've ever collaborated with Tired Hands, but just for discussion's sake, I was at the other half Trillium release of Like Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was a pretty big release. There was, I think, the line wrapped around the little block of Brooklyn maybe like 1 or 2 times. But they're pretty good friends with Other Half. That's
cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of mega-sized beer Steve has in store for us today. You know what's funny? And with that, Steve, would you like to show the mega-sized beer that you have currently?
I do.
Back to back.
I don't know if Sammy was here last Friday, because
I think so.
Yeah, she was, I think.
I did show off mega-sized can of beer, which happens to be a crowler. It's an official can growler, and I brought 2 crowlers home from Trogs Brewing last week. Really, some pretty awesome stuff that they have there. I grabbed a crowler of, and I still have my 12-pack here of what you can buy, which is their first cut. Their homage to the the first nip on the hop line of the season. So in hopes of a much better hop crop later on. And I got this crowler, which is something that you can't actually get outside of Trogs Brewery in Hershey, PA. In fact, Green Giant, you were there too last week. We were both attending the same conference. We didn't get a chance to get to Trogs at the same time, but this one of their Scratch Series beers was on tap last week, and I got a crowler of it. So this is Scratch beer number 273, and it's their dry hopped pale ale. So out of their Scratch series, in fact, let me put the link up. The Scratch series at Trogs is their it's their drawing board small batch stuff. As you can see, they've had several hundred so far, and this one is quite nice. It's one of the ones I sampled last week, so I had to get a crowler of that, and I was gonna take it into our favorite pub sometime this week and share it, and I decided that I was just gonna drink it here.
Nope, I can't wait that long.
Holy shit! There is several hundred. Look how many. Wow.
Yeah, they've done tons of small batches. The Scratch series there is really popular, and you can't really buy many of them outside of the actual brewery.
Oh.
I actually disappeared off camera for a little while Swig was doing his review, because I remembered I got to get a proper glass. So
proper glassware.
I totally forgot.
Can't go wrong.
So popping open the crowler. And for those of you that didn't see the show last week, on Friday, we had moved it to Friday. I guess, Ted, you had it on Friday, right?
Yep, on Friday.
Kind of explain the crowler concept, which is it's a 32-ounce can, and they fill it like a growler and goes into their automated growler filler, which is just a whole cool robot of beer selection. And then they take the can out, put the lid form on top of the can, and put it into another machine, which raises it up, spins it around, and crimps the top of the can on. So you've got essentially freshly draft beer in a nice can, so you can take it home. And it's obviously a smaller than a regular growler, a 64 growler. So this is Dry Hop Pale Ale number 273, Scratch Series from Trogs Brewing in Hershey, PA. And
A bit jealous.
I'll pour this out. It is indeed a busy beer. I'm trying to pour it a little slower, but it's not working. So it looks like a nice carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty light caramelly color. Let's just let that settle a little bit. Wow, it smells so good. I had a sample of this while I was there. I just got a flight of a couple samples, and this is one of the 2 Scratch Series beers that I got, and it's just totally delicious. So, and what's weird about it is it's a pale ale, but being dry hopped, it's like drinking an IPA. So, it's like wait. So it's almost an IPA, but with a dry hop.
Nice.
Dark IPA too, which is sweet. Almost not so pale ale.
Almost not so pale, yeah. And that's the same taste I got last week. So it's sitting in the crowler for 1 week, which is stretching it for an IPA or a pale ale, but it's quite nice. It's still got some carbonation bubbling up from the bottom. Yeah, definitely get that little bit of sweet at the beginning, but the dry hop and the bitter comes through a little bit more on the back end. So let's see, their description for this particular one, it's 5.7 ABV is the way they've got it listed here. Inspired by their winning beer from their 2016 Metal Brewer Coworker Homebrew Contest. So I guess they had like an in-house small batch contest, which is pretty awesome.
Magic Cat used to do that. It was awesome. I love it.
Cool. They say the dry hop ale features a variety of aromatic hops, create tropical fruit forward beer, Kolsch yeasts, providing a hint of sweet orchard fruit, and a crisp, clean finish. They've got Azaka, Citra, El Dorado, and Vic Secret in the hops category. I just don't know which or all of them were the dry hop part, but and a Kolsch yeast. So yeah, very tasty. Their malts are Kolsch, Pilsner, and wheat too. So this is quite the recipe for a small batch. Really tasty though. Yeah. Whoa. I would.
What happened here?
If you're in central Pennsylvania, definitely go get some.
Swig went bye.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you did? What the heck happened then?
I see him.
I don't know. I'm here though.
Oh no! What? Why is all the people all sorts of? All right, I'll deal with this in a little bit.
Somebody's
on the fly. You got this.
Someone went. This is a lot of editing here. All right. Well, because for some reason now Swig, you have Swig's name, Steve, in his. Okay.
Oh,
I thought that was a command.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Camera swap. It's a little bit crazy. Okay. Well, we'll
do it live.
Continue going, Steve. I'll just.
I'm gonna continue drinking while you fix this.
I don't know if I can. It's just there's so many things I have to flip now. All right, just.
I hate drinking while you work, but somebody's
drinking while I work. Yeah, well, yeah. I hate working while I drink.
Trogs Brewing. So it's 2 weeks in a row I've had a Trogs here, and a big ass can of beer, a crowler of 273 Pale Ale. Really delicious. It really is kind of a citrusy middle, but yeah, it's got that little bit of a sweet fruit hit to it, and just a nice smooth bitter at the end. Nothing too heavy. So it still seems to be in the pale ale category, but I'll tell you what, dry hopping really takes this one up a little bit. So that's one of my favorite things. So a little bit of a dry hop theme that we've got going on tonight.
Yeah,
that's right.
Nice.
So,
what's the alcohol in that? 7.2. Okay, you enjoy that.
No, it's not 7.2.
Okay.
You have his stuff in his name now. So
okay,
anyway,
I see.
All right.
I
so
see.
it's 5.4.
Okay, not so bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Bloody
We'll
hell.
survive.
And you know when I go back here, yes, everybody's names are all fucked up. Great.
Got that out of the way.
Creative editing. We're just gonna go right up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Here, we pass this through the
Oh
camera.
yeah, so 5.4. Okay.
All right. Somewhere along the line, something happened. I'm not sure what, but we're just going to go right there. So,
Right.
Steve, what would you actually rate this then?
So I've been thinking about the number that I would give this. It's just having it there fresh. It was definitely a 4. In fact, I might have actually rated that while I was there, so I should probably
Oh, all right.
take a look at what I actually gave it while I was on site. But gee, after a week, this can is still full of carbonation, and it's still quite
That's surprising.
quite crisp. Yeah, that's
Good to know.
that this whole can beer thing is really
Growler thing.
it's a really
Yeah.
good it's a good sell.
Did you keep it cold from the brewery to your fridge, basically? Like, I'm sure you brought
I
like a
I
cooler for it.
didn't have anything like a cooler to put it in, so
Okay.
it sat in with the other growler, and it was just kind of surrounded by all the equipment that I had jammed into my car for the conference that I was at. so
Right.
so it did have like a little padding around it and a little bit of
Okay.
insulation, but I didn't have a cooler. But as soon as I got it home, it went right in the fridge. So it's been in the fridge ever since last Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
So 1 week later, and I don't see. I did not rate it. Okay, so I'm good with giving this a 4,
Okay.
without even having to think about it. Even after a week in the can, it's still pretty good. But on site, well, when you're on site at a brewery and you're getting something fresh draft, small batch, I'd probably be tempted
Right from
to
the
go
source.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go
Right
wrong
from
with
the
that.
well.
Yeah.
So
But,
wait,
yeah, so-
Papa Chubbs is asking, Ratchesphere, can you get Trogs up in Vermont?
I cannot.
Cannot. Oh, maybe I'll have to bring it.
Not in
up.
Manchester. Maybe I can get some in
Oh.
next town over, but
I gotta
doubt it.
think. I gotta think of what beers I want to bring you. You know, it's a bunch
I'm
of
trying to
different-
get a heady topper.
Are you? Oh.
I'm trying real hard.
If Beer Swap gets fixed, I will send you a sampler. Yeah, we're working
Oh,
on we're
boy.
working on doing the
Oh.
beer
There's the
trading
topper.
inside the channel, guys.
Discord.
So yeah, so well, I'll get to that actually once we're done with once I'm done with, because everybody's drinking except for me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
I
that.
didn't mess up anything.
Your turn.
Yeah, my turn. So, real fast, London, thank you for the auto host, and Killer Bunny, thank you for the auto host. Do appreciate that. All right, let me get this bad boy done here. I'm up, rules out, beer on. All right, so my brother Scott B, who's on here a bunch of times with us, he was over this weekend. He brought me several different canned beers from the Jersey Shore area. A lot of stuff from Carton, which my wife and I have consumed, and the reason why we consumed it is because he's already reviewed it, so I can't review it again. But I'm gonna drink this one. I'm not sure if he actually, this is my backup beer, by the way. But what I am going to be doing, and I've never had a beer from Dark City Brewing Company. They're out of Asbury Park, where I actually surf around there a lot. Asbury Park, Belmar, and Spring Lake. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's a beer I've never had before. It's called Bond Street Brownie. It's an American brown ale. Apparently, the previous version of this was a little bit lower, so it's not 4.8 anymore. It's 5.1. So sorry about the mishap there on the thing. So let me crack this bad boy open, and I have like napkins here just in case, because last week that what was it,
Yes.
it exploded on me while I was trying to open this damn can. Oh, that tasted
Just
really
shake your
good.
hand.
All right, so I'm not sure if these guys do all cans, but again, this is the first time I'm having it, and I'm drinking out of my craftcans.com. So Russ, if you're watching, hype for you, my good man. And we'll get to that in a second, well, after I'm done with this. So, you know, the one thing about my taste in beer is that it kind of changes as the seasons go. So we're getting on the tail end,
Absolutely.
especially with, oh man, that's really heady. Jesus
That
Christ.
heads.
There's a
It's
joke
all
here.
aroma.
There's a
all
joke.
aroma.
Yeah, there's a joke here. I am so not gonna go with it.
It's too easy.
It's way too easy for that joke. So when I cracked this open, the first thing I smelled was like caramel. And I was kind of leading to like right now it's like the tail end of the type of beer that I like to drink like during the winter, you know. So this brown ale is right up the alley for right now. But since it's getting warmer, I'm gonna start jumping into different types of like of not lighter beers, but like citrusy, hoppy beers and stuff. But I tend not to drink darker beers during the spring and summer. Maybe spring, tail end of it. But bad joke. Did a sound effect work?
I don't.
What's the deal with this Agent 1010101?
Oh, he's a bot. So yeah, he's
a cool
bot.
dude.
Cheers to the bot.
Cheers to the bot. So Agent. So
Thanks for joining us, Agent.
Yeah. So he's actually a leftover from when I used to stream video games, right? Under a different name. The name actually had 42 in it, and 101010 is the binary code for 42. So a little nerdy nerdy thing there going on.
Easy.
So, yeah. So now that I let this a little bit, the head get a little down, I'm gonna try to take a taste of this bad boy. I gotta say, this is lighter than I was expecting. It's bitter. It's more bitter than I was expecting. When it comes down to when I opened this up, like I said, I smelled like that caramel. I'm not getting any caramel notes on this at all. It really tastes like more like bitter coffee to me. Let me see what the notes say. Yeah, well, malt, chocolate, toffee, but I don't get any of the chocolate or toffee in this at all. It's more in the aroma, which is kind of a shame because I was kind of really expecting like something that had like sweet malts, instead of like bitter coffee, So, I mean, I'm not a coffee drinker, but this literally tastes like black coffee to me.
Huh.
It's the only way to drink coffee. None of that frappuccino, caramel latte.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink a lot of coffee at all. I tend to only drink coffee when it's in my beer, But let's get the head. Let's get the head down. Oh Jesus, there we go. The head jokes are coming.
Yeah.
Let the head get down. Oh, yep. All right,
moving on.
It's a session stout in the winter. Nice Dark City small. It makes a great blueberry IPA. Joe, this is my first time drinking Dark City. So
blueberry IPA? Interesting.
Huh? You gotta let me know, man. I've never had any of their other beers, so I'm curious.
Beer trade.
Hey, why not?
Discord.
We'll get to that. I got a lot of things to cover after this, so there's no Doom command mod. I got to make one for you. It's gonna be something different than stats, though.
Monica, it's been a while.
Yeah,
welcome back.
Monica, the moderator of Doom.
Yes.
There you go. It's a session stout for the winter. I can get that. I just was really hoping, Joe, that it was a little bit more like malt forward. There's some more. I was hoping for more sweetness in it.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah.
Yeah.
But
2 IPAs, 2 sweet beers.
Yeah, but it's not. There's not a lot of sweet in it. It's good, but I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest with you. Again, I think that bitter coffee is really kind of kicking it to me here. I mean, if there was a little bit more like a milk stout to it, because we actually brew like a milk stout. They do a collaboration with Bruno Store Maple Bacon Porter, I think. Ooh.
Oh God.
Ooh, nice.
So Joe, I'm assuming you're local to Jersey then, since you know about the beer. So
beer trade Discord.
little hype there. I don't know. Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you work for the brewery, Joe? I'm just curious.
Even more so.
Again, the color is very very traditional. It's not like super dark. But you can see it's a little bit light there. You can
Yeah,
see it's
a little bit
nice,
of light passing through at the
nice
top.
dark brown. You know.
Is that like a tan head too, or is that
Yeah,
white?
it did have a very tan head.
Okay.
You can still see a little bit there. Not too
Okay.
much carbonation, which isn't bad. You know. No, I'm a Maryland guy, but I'm up in Jersey. I grew up in Jersey. So I guess you visit all the time. Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, I was expecting it to be a little bit more, which is again a bit disappointing. But all in all, I think this is a pretty good session stout. You know, I don't really get much of the toffee except from the aroma in it, and I also don't really get much of the chocolate. And again, I think it's really covered up by maybe the amounts of coffee they have in here. But like I said, this is a very drinkable brown ale. That's again, I just wish it was a little bit sweeter for my palate. I mean, I'll give it. What's up?
Did they add coffee to the beer,
I don't.
or is it just very coffee flavor?
It says big notes of malt, coffee, toffee, and chocolate. So they either added coffee or
Because roasted malt puts which puts in a lot of coffee flavor. Like your roasted malt goes in coffee, your chocolate malt is obviously chocolate.
Yeah.
And when I saw the light, I saw sort of a little bit of like a red hue to it. That's typical of roasted malt as well. So I imagine that's where most of your coffee is sort of coming from. Yep,
Okay.
right around the edges.
Yeah, you can see it right there. That's actually perfect.
Yep.
Look at that color.
So I imagine that's where you're getting all that from.
Okay.
And roasted malt's also very black, while chocolate's very brown.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's sort of the big part of the grain bill.
So that's very hard to sort of overcome, is that flavor.
So any sort of other flavors they're trying to bring into it's going to be sort of masked by that.
You know, it's warming up a little bit, and a little bit of the sweetness is coming, but again, it's still very, very bitter chocolate. Bitter coffee. I mean, would I definitely drink this? Would I drink this again? Yeah, sure. I definitely would drink this again. But I probably wouldn't give this more than a 3. I mean, I like it, but it's, I guess when I cracked it open, that smell was just so enticing, and then when I tasted it, it was just like, come on, you know. It's but it's a good beer. I wouldn't say it's. I definitely would say if you were interested in trying a session stout, this is definitely one to try. I'm not sure how far they distribute. They do seem like they are pretty local to Jersey, so I'm not sure if they even get to Pennsylvania. But beer trade, as Drew has been whispering, beer trade. Discord. Get on Discord.
Within.
Yeah, there's the Discord link if anybody's interested in joining the community for Discord. Yeah, so a few things